What's the most badass thing you've accidentally said in the heat of the moment? After catching my fiance's father hitting my little niece at our engagement dinner, I said something that changed my entire life. I had spent months trying to impress Richard, my fiance Grace's dad. He was this big-shot real estate developer who looked down on me for being just a mechanic. Every family dinner, he'd make these little comments about how Grace deserved someone more ambitious. One Friday night, we were having our engagement celebration at their house. I remember the smell of pot roast filling the dining room as everyone gathered around. My 7-year-old niece Amy was there too. She'd begged to come because she loved Grace and wanted to help decorate. Everything was going fine until Amy accidentally knocked over Richard's expensive whiskey glass while reaching for the salt. The glass shattered on their marble floor. Before anyone could react, Richard grabbed Amy's arm so hard she yelped. Then he slapped her across the face, leaving an angry red mark. The room went dead silent. Amy started crying, her little shoulders shaking. Grace's mom, Janet, just stared at her plate like nothing was happening. Grace tried to laugh it off awkwardly, saying, "Dad's just had too much to drink." But something in me snapped. I stood up so fast my chair fell backwards. "Take your hand off her right now," I said, my voice shaking with anger. Richard looked at me like I was dirt on his shoe. "Sit down, grease monkey. This doesn't concern you." That's when I lost it. I pulled out my phone and showed him the security camera feed from my shop that I had installed last month. "See that Porsche 911 getting worked on? That's yours. The one you bring in every month pretending it needs repairs? I've got footage of you meeting that blonde realtor in the back lot while Janet's at her charity meetings." His face went white. Janet's head snapped up. "So here's what's going to happen," I continued, surprising myself with how steady my voice was. "You're going to apologize to Amy. Then you're going to get help for your anger issues. Because if you ever lay a hand on a kid again, Janet's going to find out exactly how many car repairs she's been paying for." The next few minutes were chaos. Janet started screaming questions at Richard. Grace was crying. Amy ran over and hugged my legs. Richard lunged at me, but his drunk ass tripped over the broken glass. I picked up Amy and walked out, Grace right behind me. In the driveway, I heard Janet throwing Richard's prized golf clubs into their pool. The next morning, Grace showed up at my shop. I figured she was coming to break things off. Instead, she hugged me and said, "I've spent 28 years being too scared to stand up to him. You did it in 5 minutes." Richard checked into anger management the next week. Janet filed for divorce after finding his burner phone. They sold the house with the pool. Grace and I got married 6 months later in my shop's parking lot. Amy was our flower girl. She wore a Band-Aid on her elbow from falling off her bike, but no bruises. During the reception, Janet made a toast to the mechanic who fixed more than just cars. Richard wasn't invited. Last I heard, he's living in a 1-bedroom apartment driving a Toyota.